Welcome, thank you, good morning, hi. So, this is chapter 3 of what's been happening in this. Well, it's becoming chunky. What's becoming of the pages and some work that we'll do together. I will be channeling from the Akashic Records, and I will be collecting from different past experiences and past researches, and I will be, filling up the book with you, and I hope that it's interesting. I don't know how long it will be, but I really want to spend time with the book today. It's a very grey, rainy day. It's very early on a Saturday morning, and I've already been out with my dog Cora. We've already been under the rain. That was a surprise. And we've already had some kitten emergencies because it's Istanbul and it's the spring. So there's a lot of kittens in every corner of the streets, and a lot of them require help. So here is, as you know, the A5 portfolio in Cognac from Paper Republic. I'm in love. Also, those are the nude ribbons, the nude elastic bands. They've started selling this kit of different colors, and this is the beige one, which honestly looks gold to me, and I'm so happy. It's so beautiful. So this is the box that it came in, or the box that my other Paper Republic came in. I have a Grand Voyager in red, and it came in that box. I really love that box, and that's where I keep a lot of the images that I've stored and thought would work with this project. So I've cut out from magazines and stamps and different illustration from artists I support on Patreon. And also you can check out my Patreon, where I have a lot of healing ceremonies and collections of different teachings and wisdoms and explorations that I've had on the spiritual path and in my sessions and in my own explorations. So that's, yeah. So the box will be here because this is all the images I love, but I'm not thinking of using them today because I've made a pre-selection, and it's in this envelope. Here I have started a system of all the things that I want to think about. I want to learn like lettering and things like that so that I can make this book even better. Yeah, just having a lot of fun with a lot of different ideas that I've collected through my visual explorations. I've been to libraries and consulted books from the 80s and 90s and looked at the typography and the colors and the fonts and the play around layouts, and I have so many photos of what I want to create. So those are like reminders of what I liked and what I want to do. And finally, I've been putting names of tarot cards in the left corner, the left bottom corner, so that you could use it as a tarot and just like, go through it, and then, oh, today's the 9 of coins. So I've been doing this slowly depending on what the page is about, and this is the list of the ones that I've done. So the pink dots are the pages that have been already addressed. So I have a lot of wands left, I have a lot of cups left. I've been going through the pentacles. The major arcana have been coming out. Like I just shuffle and see what comes through, and then kind of inform the pages. So that's my organization. I'm filming early because there's been construction in my street. I hope that they won't interrupt us. And if they do, I will maybe keep this silent and do a voiceover later. I just really know that I want to work on this today. So I don't know where I left you, but I've been are still struggling with actually putting paper to putting pen to paper. I don't know what the blocks are. It's just like I feel like I have fun ideas, but when it comes to committing to it, I'm scared that my future self knows better and will do something better than present self, which explains the amount of post-its. But hopefully today we move through it. The trust chapter has advanced so well, and I'm super proud. There's still blank spaces, but you'll see that there's been a lot of movements, and that goes along with me exploring trust, so that's why it's taking time, which is fine. But I'm finding my groove, my stride. I really enjoy doing little paragraphs about something. This is the reassurance page, the Queen of Cups. So a lot of emotional soothing, a lot of different ideas on how to connect to trust through different moments. And I really enjoy it, and I have space to add more when I discover more. So you have the Eight of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. I really love this. Those are little illustrations by Emmy B, Emie-B-I-E. I put them on her shop, in her shop. They're so beautiful. I started making those fortune cookies, leaflets with affirmations that I really love, and I have them across the house or notebooks. And this is something from Reiki with Jenny Lubick. And in one of her meditation, she says, if this is for my highest good, then the universe will take me there safely. I really recommend her channel. Her two channels are truly my companions. I love receiving her energy healing and her presence through those videos every day. I will obviously put all the links in the description, but if I forget, her channel is called Spiritual Protection, Reiki with Jenny, Genny, and coherence for the Two of Coins. No, I'm so sorry. My cat wants to jump all over the desk and there's coffee, so we are not doing that today. And that would be the end of the trust pages. There's more to come. It's just, we're not there yet. I don't know if you remember, but this is the gallery before we enter the building. So this is the hallway of this old brownstone building, kind of, that I was imagining the book to be. I changed it here because, see, I wrote something here and then I hated it, so I printed images to hide it, and this is how I'm feeling. Like, I love images, but when it comes to me writing something, I'm feeling not good enough, so that's something to work on. This is my office, so this is where I put the things that I want to do, or reminders. Like, this is something that will be changing, like those papers, that stuff. This is an article from The Atlantic about trees, and they're talking about Susan Simard, who wrote the book Finding the Mother Tree. I recommend this book, and I recommend YouTube videos that talk about her. This is the book recommendation. So I actually have a lot of work here that's prepared, and I made a list of the books that I want to write here. So I want to do a shelf of books. These are images that I have to add here. Also, I don't have ink anymore, so my photos, I have to stop printing photos, that's what I'm saying, and start writing. It's the universe being like, enough with the printing, Capucine. Which is sad because my joy comes from printing stuff. I really, really, really love printing things. When I was a kid, we had to be very careful about how much things we were printing because we didn't have the internet. But my sister had a computer because her dad lived overseas. So the only way that she could speak to him was through emails. And somehow, I don't understand why it was through emails, but then we didn't have the internet. Anyway, we played on Paint all the time, like Microsoft Paint, and we would then print them out, and then we got told off because we printed too many shitty drawings, to be honest. And now when I have like my own ink cartridges, I understand we have to be careful because it's expensive, but it is also like the most delight in printing stuff. Those are all the list of the things that I want to do and the things that I've done. And we'll be going through them today. And yeah, then I think nothing else has been added. Yeah, there will be evening routine, morning routine. This will be hidden. I just wanted the O. I've tried a lot of photos and none of them. So later, the Four of Swords, you know, it's all about rest and calm. That's the bedroom. So yeah, advancing through the pages. I feel bad because it feels like I haven't done anything, but for me to actually set up and be like, this page is about this page is about that, is creating receptacles for what will then come through. So I'm being mean to myself in my head right now, being like, you've done nothing, but at the same time I'm like, girl, that's a lot. And I have quotes and I have things and I have reminders of what I want to talk about. The Emperor. Have you seen Wolf Walkers? I just really love that animated movie. I really recommend it. Also, I have evolved towards my approach towards this book. So at first this book was considered something for you guys. Something where I was writing to you, for you, because it started with that ebook on trust, right? That I was offering my Patreons. That ebook here. And I was, yeah. And then I was like, there's obviously blocks. I'm struggling. Thinking about the audience instead of just free-flowing on paper is stopping me. And I realized, I could be changing this book and make it not just an encyclopedia that is for the public, but an actual commonplace of my path. A commonplace, by the way, is kind of an encyclopedia, but it's very personal. It's like all the tidbits of information that you've gathered and want to return to. That's a commonplace. So I want this to be like the Louis, Dewey and Louis. They have this book that is a guide, a manual for living outside. I want this to be our guide, but my guide of all the things that help on the spiritual path, on the path, because life is spiritual to me. And starting to own this and to make it mine and to be like, this is actually not just a universal thing that is supposed to represent the spiritual path as it is, but as I have experienced it, as me, as a personal. So yeah, trying to make it more personable. I don't know, I don't know how to explain it, but you can see that I'm blocked, right? Like you can see that I'm like stressed out, and not stressed out, but I don't feel confident enough, and it's literally just a piece of paper stuck together and I can do whatever I want, and I'm literally just like making videos for you guys, and it's not like I'm being audited by a university for my thesis or whatever. Like, this is literally just playtime, and I'm making it nervous time, which, ugh. So this is something that Hildegard von Bingen drew. It's her representation of the universe. I found this in a spiritual shop, esoteric shop in Paris. Wow. Oh no. The staple is, the paperclip is destroying my cover. Bye, paperclip. We will never see you again. Boundaries. Yeah, so I'm not gonna stress out anymore. I'm gonna be just present with the project and see what is and what wants to be done today. And if it's 2 minutes of writing, it's fine. I'm committed to being super honest about all of this. So I'm going to stop the video. I'm gonna pray, center, ground, and channel, breathe, and maybe either work in front of the camera or record later and show you what I've done. That feels aligned. Thank you. So this is what I did. I did something about my connection with Saturn, which isn't a traditional understanding of what Saturn is. I've already talked about time and timing and Saturn. Guess I just needed to talk some more about it. And yeah, I did put lyrics from Moana. And honestly, I'm not happy with how it looks, but this is what I've done. Yay! Welcome, hi, thank you. This is a little update because I'm thinking of sharing the video, which you are watching right now. This is a few days later, actually maybe even 2 weeks later, and I don't have more to show you from this notebook, but the general project has grown and has changed scope and form. So I've actually been collecting so much through those 2 tiny books. So I don't know if you remember this, but I presented this last year, this cover, let's say, but the notebook itself is a notebook I started in July of last year, and it's what I take with me when I go to the park and when I sit with trees. So whenever I receive something, I'll just write it down, and I still have quite a few pages left, but it's basically very simple, dumbed down downloads. It's keys to explore later on when I'm back home, and which I usually do, you know, in videos, on different, you know, pieces of papers, in explorations, in meditations. So this has been something that really works and helps me, and from those actually more creation ensues and becomes a double spread here, right? So this project is called L'Étoile. So L'Étoile means the star. I'm French, and as you know, I'm presenting this as a type of commonplace encyclopedia where it's kind of collecting all of the things that I go through, and right now it's mostly placeholders with different images, but I know what is what, and everything is in my brain, and kind of like I know what I'm gonna put there, but I have blocks. Because see, I'm talking about trust. Like the first month, like let's say the first chapter is all about trust, right? and I still seem to be having problems with trusting myself, because it's kind of a position, right, to put yourself and say this is the truth. Truth and trust have the same origin, the same etymology. It all comes to the trunk of the tree, which also, is connected to the word druid. So I'm learning to trust myself. I've been really, really enjoying being in spiritual realms and sharing what I explore, what I see, what is presented to me as the truth, but to change it into my truth and to say, you know what, there's actually so many levels of this that can be understood according to the frequency that you're in. Everything can be seen through a different angle. They're all part of the truth, but it's not always the same. And to assume, the position of, I am a teacher, I'm sharing spiritual teachings, is kind of daunting when you know that a lot of things are paradoxical, and that depending on the angle or the frequency that you're in, your interpretation will be different. The thing is, we all have our own truth, and that truth is subject to change because every moment has a truth. So I'm learning to trust myself, and I know that I'm going to fill those pages the more I open myself to trusting and to truth and to my truth, and to be able to share it, knowing that it is just a share. It's not a dogma that I'm imposing on anyone, because I expect you to watch this from your sovereignty and to be like, I resonate with this, I don't resonate with that. That doesn't make her a bad person that I need to censor. It just means I took what there was to receive from that, but I don't agree with everything because I've experienced this and that proved to me that it wasn't my truth. So that's very helpful, very, very helpful. And it's blossoming in my personal work and my work on Patreon and my classes in so many different ways, because I have been, advancing on this journey for many years. It's easy to say, I channeled this from the Akashic Records, therefore this is the truth, versus I resonate with this bend of energy and this frequency and the way it is being shared to me, and the sense and the meaning that has been shared to me in that present moment, that all aligned to give me this wisdom that I welcomed in my heart and that I'm now ready to share with you. It's very different from, I channeled it from the Akashic Records, my clear sentient picked up on this. The words were words I never heard. They were formed in a sentence or a paragraph that conveyed a meaning that I have never been conscious of. Therefore, I know it's not coming from me. Therefore, it is good enough to share because it is. So the desired form of this project called L'Étoile is those double spreads, right? This form. But it is impossible for me to go from channeled experiences to this directly. I need buffers. And I'm also kind of a slow worker because I really, really want this to be as accessible as possible, as explained as possible, as direct for whoever reads it. So having la petite étoile in between, which means the small star, la grande étoile and la petite étoile, which is like this. And I've already filled half of the book in like 10 days, but it's been so nice because I've been able to really collect so much. I'm not going to show you because actually the fact that I'm not showing you is opening the door much, much, much better to receive a lot of things and then know what to share from this into this. So it's been beautiful. I love this. I'm feeling so much more confident in the whole project, and this is also like something that I can carry with me. So basically they are one and the same. It's just I want to finish the paper in this. When I go to the park, I write in this. When I'm at home, I write in this. And then one day, when both of them are finished, I'll switch to the other small notebooks that I have for this. I don't waste any piece of paper, and so I'm feeling much more at peace and aligned than the previous video that you saw from this one chapter 3, and I look forward to being able to truly fill up those pages. But I'm gonna respect my rhythm, I'm gonna respect my own conditions for making this the most meaningful piece of paper and words. And I'm ever so thankful to Paper Republic for the cover, which still smells like heaven, and I'm really, really, really happy with this. And it's so funny how this is like technically a notebook, right? And yeah, it is a whole universe that I exist in with devotion and curiosity and trust. And it's teaching me so much about myself. It's making me connect so much deeper to my spiritual journey. And like, mind you, I've been doing this for 10 years now. But the fact that I'm ready to share more of my own spiritual explorations with you guys outside of my classes, changing the format of how I share my spiritual explorations, making it this notebook, is making me in turn a better teacher or a more aligned teacher. Not that I wasn't aligned then, but that this alignment looks different now because I'm growing older, or I've experienced a lot of things that now anchor me deeper into the moment. There's no hierarchy, I'm just saying this is what alignment looks like now. And I'm also super excited because I got ink cartridges again and I was able to print out more beautiful art from Erin Ware, who's an artist that I support on Patreon. And so I have like more colors to add to the notebook as well. This is a big part of it. I know I have a lot of shyness about the fact that I really love to put images in my notebook, but it truly does something to me. One, it's less daunting than to go on a white piece of paper. Like if there's already things on it, it's easier to add myself to it. But also, I just really resonate with, well, one, her art makes me feel homey and cozy, and okay, I don't know if she's gonna see this, and I hope she doesn't take offense to it, but it makes me feel like the best days of my life where I was visiting my grandparents. And when I was visiting my grandparents and I was living in the countryside and life was so peaceful and simple and grounded in the senses, it made me feel good. And that's how her heart makes me feel. It really makes me feel anchored in the present moment, and it really it helps the work. It just does. So I really encourage you to consider her Patreon. This is not an ad. She doesn't know I'm saying this. She doesn't know me, but I recommend her work, and I'm really glad I'm gonna put this soon on the pages. I'm traveling to see my sister very soon, so I'm going back to France. So I also expect a lot of necessary reflection and pause and distance from everything that is my life right now here, which, as you know, has been a lot lately. And I look forward to my first summer without glasses or contact lenses, because I had my laser eye operation a few months ago and it's going really well. My eyes are super good, super fine. If you were curious, I did the Smile laser operation. It's not LASIK, it's called Smile. That was very easy and good. And if you ever have questions, I'm totally open to responding them about the healing process. And I will see you in the next chapter. I also have incredible, meaningful ceremonies on Patreon waiting for you. The month of June is very exciting. It's a deeper exploration of family dynamics and how it reflects on your identity, and there's just so much beauty in it. And actually, I'm talking about grandparents. Well, there's grandparents healing coming through, so expect a lot of beautiful liberation. liberation. And one thing that I also wanted to say is that this project is so personal, and everything that I've ever offered on YouTube or anything was in service to you, you know, to the audience. And I never showed myself. I was just there as an assistant, let's say. And that's because I have my own wounds around taking up space, around being myself. And it's very easy for me to be there and to be present for you, but it's very difficult for me to present my true self. And this project is my true self in a way. So it's teaching me to love myself, because there's a lot of voices that say, no, don't show this, don't do that, don't say this, just be an assistant, don't be a part of whatever you're doing. And I'm gonna keep on doing that, and I hope that you keep me accountable to that. that I just keep being a part of my art and my creations and my sharings. And thank you for participating, that thank you for seeing me, and I hope that you are sharing yourself with the world as well. You are loved, you are the divine, you are divine presence, and I'm wishing you a beautiful end of May, beginning of June, and like, comment, hype this video.